everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to the Werewolf Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. In the last chapter, the pack welcomed their first royal steed, a thoroughbred mare named Twilight that was gifted by Lady Catherine's family. The kennel master took Twilight out for a ride through Chestnut Ridge, and upon returning, decided to officially court the Alpha. Some rude words were exchanged between Lady Catherine and Lady Edith, but the latter was appeased by Queen Julia, who spent the night with her. The entire night. On Sunday morning, the Alpha gave birth to a baby boy named Prince Alfred. Now, as we have welcomed in a baby boy to the pack, that means our royal den is established, and Prince Will has moved out from here with the baby so that he can look after the royal offspring elsewhere, the sons of the pack in another location. So it means that we will only be keeping track of 3 of the journals and 3 of the entries from here on. Now, at some point in the future, if he does move back in with us, once, the sons have been raised, I'm not entirely sure if he will. I might just choose to use up his slot for an additional son. I'm not entirely sure at this point. But since he has moved out, we'll only be keeping track of 3 things. So let's read up their journals and see what's happening exactly between these characters. Oh my goodness, we can already see some drama. But yes, I am going to read out the entries and hopefully they clarify a few things as to, why this might be happening beyond the surface level jealousy, of course. Okay, let's start off with Lady Catherine's entry. So where is it? Right, let's pop it out and check out what's been happening off camera. Okay, Catherine Tale, Chapter 4. I'm delighted to have a nephew, but that joy has come with a few other heartbreaks. I thought I was making a place in the Alpha's heart. Then she goes and proposes her engagement to Lady Edith. I felt betrayed at first, but not anymore. I thought I'd be more disappointed. Maybe it's the talk I had with Lord Jesse. It's given me some perspective. Maybe I'm not cut out for the Alpha. And that's a sad memory. So yes, guys. The Queen, following her son's birth, has gone ahead and gotten engaged to Lady Edith. And that was a whim that Queen Julia had on her own. So obviously Catherine is very hurt by that, and it's a sad memory for her because she was actually starting to become quite emotionally invested in the Queen. I feel like she should have gone into this knowing the outcome because the Queen was already involved with Edith when Catherine decided to make her move, but I don't know, maybe she thought she'd win over the Queen and it'd be, just her and the Alpha and that's it, and Edith would kind of make a noble exit. Obviously that wasn't the case, so that's kind of why she just, I think, cannot stand them, flirting around together because it just reminds her that she failed to win the Queen's heart. Now, her mood kind of goes back and forth a little bit, so she was feeling quite upset, and she had the whim to talk to Lord Jesse. Now, I think that might have been because Jesse lost at his match, so, his sister was angry with him. He essentially got trumped over by another male, so he was probably feeling very much the same as Catherine was. And so they were able to talk to each other, and Jesse said, well, I found a purpose elsewhere, in the, as a mercenary member, I suppose, along with Lord Benjamin of the Royal Guard, because they are the ones who are going to be training up the daughters to be in the Royal Guard for this generation and, I suppose for the next generation. So he's found a new purpose for himself and he's not as focused on his loss. So, that is that. She felt a lot better, which is why she gets angry when she sees them, but then she remembers the conversation and she goes back into a happy mood. So that's what's going on with Catherine. She might just decide, guys, that she's going to move on from Queen Julia altogether, but that's what we have. Let's put this back in and then let's move on to Queen Julia. So let's have a look. Where is it? Julia Curse, Chapter 4. Thank goodness it was a son. Now all that remains to be seen is whether he's a mongrel. I would hate for my coupling with Lord Benjamin to result in something so unfortunate. The little prince has been moved to the royal den where my brother will look after him. I hope to have more litters that will follow him. It'll be Lady Edith's turn to breed next. I was a little anxious, so I proposed our engagement. She accepted. So, I want to mention something over here that completely did not cross my mind. One of you lovelies in the previous video did let me know that apparently the word mongrel, right, is used as a bit of a racial slur for, I think, children of mixed couples by some people, and I had no clue that that was a thing. Like, I have never heard of that in my life. I've only ever heard, like, mongrel in reference to dogs, and I just thought it was fitting because werewolves. So I don't mean it in a real world context, just to let you guys know. This is exclusively in a fantasy world among our werewolves, and I suppose, I mean, they're not exactly using the word nobly, but it's a canine word that I'm using for werewolves, okay? I just want to clarify that, so hopefully nobody feels offended, because I'm not making a real world reference with that word. It's kind of like in Harry Potter, they use, mudblood. Very much in the same context. I suppose it's a fantasy slur. Let's just keep it in the fantasy world, okay? No need to be mean outside of it. But it blew my mind that people are so rude. But I suppose when people are wanting to be rude, they can get very creative with a whole bunch of things. So anyways, I had to mention that. But yes, the queen is sincerely hoping, or the alpha is hoping, that a child doesn't end up being a mongrel. I was initially going to call it a runt, because that also makes sense in a werewolf context, but I realized that among the werewolf ranking, they do have runt as one of their ranks, and I thought that would be too confusing, so I had to find another word, and mongrel was the next closest thing. So that's what we have. Just had to alert everyone to that. But I think Julia, guys, now the way she's talking in her entry here sounds like she doesn't care about her son that much. Now, I think that Queen Julia, being a childish queen, that is something you have to remember, being a childish alpha, even though, she's physically grown and she's now had her first litter, she still doesn't understand the gravity of, I think, her age and motherhood and all of these things. So I feel as though, I don't know, but children that she has later when she's older might be closer to her than the children now, because I think she'll appreciate the fact that she's supposed to, love them and take care of them, and she's not supposed to think of them as an advantage or a disadvantage, because they are a part of her. But I think because she's still quite young right now, that thought isn't crossing her mind. So she's able to disassociate with the child just a little bit. So, she might wait to see whether or not he is a mongrel before any affection starts brewing. But so you've also asked whether this child, Prince Alfred, is going to have a higher social status in werewolf society because his parents were soulmates, and that is definitely going to be something. He is a male, so he's one of the heirs. He is an heir, and his parents are soulmates, so I definitely think he would have a higher social status. It's almost as though children of soulmates are considered destined to be born. They would have, it's almost like the fates, the gods, whatever you want to think, chose them to be born. So, yeah, that is definitely something that's going to be happening in the future. It would be quite dramatic in that case if he did turn out to be a mongrel / human / non-werewolf. So yeah, that would be interesting. And the whole mongrel thing, it does, I think, mean, dogs of mixed breed or unknown origin. We're leaning more towards the unknown origin because, the two parents are clearly werewolves, but in werewolf society, if you don't have any werewolf tendencies, transformation linked to the moon, if you're a human, then they think your parentage is a bit mixed and humans kind of invaded it somewhere, or you're not blessed by the moon, aka cursed by the dragon spirit. So, yeah, that is that. Now on to our final entry, by Lady Edith. So let's check this out. Where is it? Is it this one? Is it this one? No, it's this one. Edith Time, Chapter 4. How the tables do turn. Little did I expect the alpha to mark me as hers. The impending match must be making her nervous. It's changed my perspective on Lady Catherine. I've suddenly realized that she isn't much of a threat. I'm clearly Queen Julia's favorite. So I've been talking to the kennel master, sharing the engagement and such. I wonder how she feels. So this is an inspiring memory because she realized that she doesn't have to be worried about Catherine taking Queen Julia away from her, because obviously Queen Julia prefers her, because she spent the night with her first night with one of the ladies, and she got engaged to her. So she's not really worried about much right now, and so she was having these whims to become friendly with Catherine and rubbing it in Catherine's face. So that's the development that we have had here. Now, one of the other things I wanted to explore later in this video is going to be some of the werewolf abilities and going through these red icons, because I keep wanting to explore it, but I get carried away with what's happening in the episode and, in the video and the drama and stuff. So I suddenly find that I'm nearing an hour and I don't have time to check it out, but later on I definitely want to do that. I've already assigned a few abilities. We're going to be exploring some of those. There might be a path I prefer to take because of the way we play the werewolf packs, and definitely these icons. I will check out these icons and I'll show you guys what they mean. For now though, we have a match to prepare for, because like Queen Julia mentioned, Edith over here, it is her turn. It is the matchmaker's turn to have a match in her honor. So she is going to select the males that are going to be participating in that match, and we'll catch up with you guys when that is all sorted out. It is the early hours of Monday morning, and the matchmaker has invited the two males that she has selected to fight for the right to breed with her. So let's take a look at the males that have been chosen. We have on the left here Prince Wilkes, who we are very familiar with. He is the shepherd, of course. Now, some of you have been asking in the comments whether Will is gonna be having a daughter to continue his lines, during the opposite gender thing. But actually, guys, he is not going to be having a child to continue his line, because he is the opposite gender of this generation's alpha, the current alpha. So remember, we only track bloodlines through the alpha's gender of that generation, which means only the ladies can pass on their names to their children, right? Both sons and daughters. So Will can't have the cursed bloodline passed on through him, because the cursed bloodline is being passed on through his sister, but he can participate in the matches like he's doing now and help another lady carry on her bloodline. So, he can facilitate that. So him being a prince and all, he has been chosen as the first participant or suitor by Lady Edith. The second suitor is a completely new face. So this is Lord Roy Oracle over here. Now, I should probably answer another question that you guys have been asking, because his name is Oracle. But I think one of you lovelies asked whether I'm going to have any sort of priestess role, any sort of oracle or alchemist role, or play with spellcasters / witches, have potions and such, or if I'm going to do predictions. The answer is no. I am not overcomplicating my life and doing any of those extra things. I'm just going to play with werewolves, no other supernaturals, no mermaids, no spellcasters, no vampires. I just want to explore werewolves and, figure out the way werewolf society and this life state works. And I'm not going to be going into predictions and stuff just so that I have less work to do and extra freedom in terms of the direction I want to go with my stories. So I'll be steering clear of potions and stuff as well. Unless, I feel the need to play with them again. Currently, I do not. But yeah, this is Roy Oracle. It is just a name. And he has kind of reddish brown hair, I suppose like auburn colored hair, gingerish. It's leaning more on the ginger side, but it's similar to Edith, I suppose, but a little bit darker. And he's got medium skin and beautiful, like golden brown eyes, kind of like honey colored eyes, which look really, really pretty. But I am super excited to see which one of these males are going to win. Now, with Prince Will, we've kind of looked at him beforehand, but he's got black hair, he's got beautiful blue eyes, so, you know, we've got some interesting genetics between the two of them. And then, of course, our Lady Edith, she's got the reddish brown hair. I think she's got some sort of green eyes. Yeah, she's got like moss green eyes. So I think this will be very, very exciting. I feel like in terms of skin tone, probably a child with Lord Roy is going to be more fascinating, because there'll be more variation for the skin tone the child could have. She and Prince Will have a very close skin tone, so I don't know, their child might end up being like one tone or the other. So who knows, but who do you guys like out of the two males over here? Who do you guys like? I mean, we know Will, so I kind of feel like I should be voting for Will, but you know what? Let's get going. We are going to trigger their transitions, and then we are going to get them to fight. So give maximum fury over on that side. Give maximum fury over on this side. Yes? No? Hey, bud. Hey, bud. You need to change. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, what's going on? We need to get the match going. Okay, they're changing. And this is the first time we're actually gonna see Will fight. Because this guy, he's just like, okay, that's the way the prince looks. Honestly, don't know who would win out of the two of them. Okay, he looks so cool. His werewolf form looks really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie. He looks badass, I'm not gonna lie. But also, I shouldn't underestimate Prince Will. I should not, and I will not. So, Prince Will is the first suitor. So, he's gonna initiate this brawl. And I suppose, because neither one of them can transform at will, they're going to end up hating each other, very much like Jesse and Benjamin. But that's fine. Let's do this brawl, and let's see who flippin' wins. Let's take a look. Oh, nope. What's going on? Don't give me that. Don't give me that. You can very well fight with him. What do you mean? What do you mean? Is there not enough distance between you? We have had a fight here beforehand. So don't lie to me and tell me that you can't fight. Okay, they can definitely fight. Oh my goodness, hold on a second. What's going on with Edith? Why did she change? She's witnessing a fight? She's enraged? Why? Oh, my bad. I think I accidentally might have given her full fury / rage. I think I was on her and I accidentally clicked her or enabled her. I don't know. I wasn't doing something right. Okay, my bad. Oh, here they go. Now, if we think about who Edith might want to breed with, you know, she is engaged to Queen Julia, but I feel like if she were to have a royal child, someone who's blood related to Julia, and, you know, Julia's niece or nephew, I think that would be preferred to having another noble's child. So even though, you know, she's included Lord Roy Oracle in this fight, I think she personally is hoping, I mean, she doesn't even get along with Will, but, you know, we gotta think logically here. I think she would want to have a royal offspring. So she's probably hoping that Will is going to win. Now, obviously, what she wanted didn't happen the first time, so I'm really curious as to whether it will happen this time. He seems like he's doing pretty decent. I mean, Will looks like he's doing really well, doesn't he? Look at him. He's like bashing the heck out of this person. But now he's getting beat too, so I really don't know. I can't tell for the life of me. Will, it is going to be very embarrassing. Oh, okay, he won! He won, guys! Okay, Will won. Now, look at the queen. She's delighted. Look at Queen Julia. She's delighted. So she's really happy with that outcome. These two despise each other, which is great. I mean, this is how werewolf society works. It's a terrible place at times. And now this means that Will is going to have himself some time with Edith, and they are going to run off together to conceive a little child, Edith's first litter, which is going to be very exciting for us. Okay, hold up. I am very fascinated by something. So I did not notice this before, but apparently, look at this, guys. When your werewolves lose a fight, they get all these scratch marks, they get band-aids on them. He even has like paw marks on his chest, or his belly over here, probably from Prince Will because of how aggressively they fought. This is just too cool. Look at him, he's got paw marks like everywhere. They're so huge. I didn't realize that was a thing, or could be a thing. I am just so fascinated. Anyways, he's transforming over here, which is great for him. But, oh, did I not? Hold on a second. I did not lock this. I need to lock this for everyone so that my simmies don't escape. And nobody, invades flippin' the matchmaker's bedroom, and she is able to go about and do her thing with Prince Will. So these two are going to get a little flirty with each other. So let's get started. Now, she and Will don't have the best relationship, so she's definitely gonna have to try. He is quite easy to... Oh geez, don't do that. Don't mock his music taste. Will is quite easy to get along with, though. Check it on Prince Will. It's Edith that's the difficult one. He has tried many a time to get close to her, but she just won't have it. She turns around and she says something terrible to him, and then things go downhill from there. Hopefully, though, if she's the one talking and she's the one initiating things, that we can improve. Seriously, there have been times. There was a moment when she and Queen Julia were having a patchy moment in their relationship, and so their romance went down quite a bit. And guess who was there to help her out and actually, listen to her, talk about her concerns and worries? It was Prince Will. And then when she felt a bit better, she just bit him in the backside. So, yeah, she's not the nicest person, for sure. But, he's got like a caregiver personality archetype. So, she should be good. But this is cool. Both of them, they can werewolf spa now because they can transform at will. So I suppose slowly over time, we're going to get some of these people who are able to do their, duty really well. This is actually quite good for her because she can spar with other werewolves who get that mastery, which I suppose you can only attain if you just keep transforming. And then one of those times, you won't freak anyone out. And then you'll be all good. Okay, pleasant conversation. From here, let's go to the romance side of things. So go ahead and do that. We'll start romancing him. Let's go to a pickup line. Hopefully he's receptive to all of this. She's quite prickly normally, so he might find it really odd. Fingers crossed he does not. Okay, there we go. This is good. This is good. This is definitely good. Yes? Okay, look at him. Okay, maybe ask about woohoo interests, because that is where things are going. That is where they will be ending up pretty soon. So I'll go ahead and do that. Can she? Okay. We might go a little bit slow. Let's go a little bit slow. Okay, things are amorous. What? Not close enough to share your preferences. Honey, we're about to be real close real soon. So... I don't know if you want to be so touchy-feely about that. Oh! You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Guys, hold on a second. Prince Will is Edith's fated mate? What? Hold up a second. Has Lady Edith found her fated werewolf mate? Every werewolf has one true love destined by the moon. It's Prince Will. My mind is blown. My mind is blown! Oh my goodness, I did not expect this. I did not expect this. And now he's, don't yell at her! Oh no. Okay, well, I wonder why he's so upset. He's feeling quite betrayed. It must be because he knows that she's engaged to the sister, and I think when he was going into this with the mindset that, I'm just doing my duty, but actually Edith and my sister, they're engaged, it was different. But now that he's here, he's about to meet with her, and he just both of them, they just realized that they are each other's fated mates, soulmates. They're soulmates. They sense it with each other. He's suddenly very angry because it's all too much for him. How can he get involved with her now and walk away? Especially when, he was trying so hard before, but she just wasn't letting him. She just wasn't opening up to him. Okay, please calm down. Please calm down. Please calm down. No, it's an unpleasant conversation. Okay, we need to fix this. We need to fix this. Stop being so difficult. We have stuff to do, my goodness. Don't give him come on, make things pleasant. What are you doing? You psycho? I know you feel strongly about this. I know it's a difficult situation to be in, but we have things to do, Will. Will you stop? Will you stop sabotaging us, please? Please, my man, don't sabotage us. We have stuff to do. Edith, for the first time in her life, is trying so hard. Okay. Don't confess attraction. Try and embrace him. I don't know if he's gonna take it, but we're gonna try. Okay. If anything, I feel like Edith would be a little bit impressed that she's fated mates with a prince. Okay, let's go for the first case. That she's fated mates with a prince. But I think she's ambitious. I mean, if her heart starts melting a little bit after this, that'll be very interesting to me. But I don't know. See, with Queen Julia, I feel like she's too immature to appreciate her soulmate at this point in time. She might do so in the future, but she's young, she's getting all this attention from everyone, maybe in ways she hasn't had before, so she finds it hard to not see them in that light. And she's romantic, so yes, I feel like for Julia, she wants her fated mate, but also I think she feels as though her fated mate is going to be there forever, and she doesn't have to worry about him running away, whereas the rest of them are toys that someone else might take away and she might not get to play with, which is why she was anxious and why she proposed to Edith. I don't think it was because she has deep feelings for Edith. I think it was because, Edith's like a toy to her right now, and she hasn't had enough fun. She hasn't played with that toy enough, and she doesn't want it to be taken away by someone. And as we have discovered now, her concerns were very real. In terms of Edith, though, I feel like she is a bit different. I feel like she is going to maybe start softening up or opening herself up to Will because he is her fated mate, her soulmate. But I think she's ambitious. She kind of knows what she wants, and she's kind of aiming high. I feel for her soulmate, the whole soulmate thing is a bit of a luxury, and really she wants to live a comfortable life. She never wants to, worry about her place in society ever again. So I feel like she's... Okay, they're gonna go and they're gonna try for a baby, but I feel like, yeah, she may not go for Will unless she is either very, very sure or ready to risk it all. That's how I feel. And I mean, their sleepwear is not as matchy as the Queen and, as Queen Julia and Lord Benjamin, but it is kind of it's close, it's in a similar vein. So, I feel like for the compatibility, it kind of shows, sleepwear is an intimate thing. It kind of shows they're there, but not entirely there. I don't know how the Queen feels about all of this. She's overheating. Outside, of course she is, while these guys do their own thing. She should be inside, though. Did I not... I didn't put autonomy on. That is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever done. I was wondering why they would, not walking around the room, doing anything else, and kind of just standing there very obediently. I was a little confused, but now I know why. And this time around, we don't have a problem with our flippin' Wonderful Whims mod, so this should not cause issues for us. Okay, where is her bathroom? She's gonna have to exit. Okay, she's gonna have to exit the room because the bathrooms are here. So let's come and take a test and see how you're going. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll take a test over here. See if she's conceived. We should actually get good news, because I'm pretty sure I set pregnancy at 100%. Excellent, excellent. And oh my goodness, she already has quite a bump. Well, I'm excited, guys, because Edith is expecting. She's going to come here and tell Will the good news. But I'm so excited for her. We're gonna have a continuation of the timeline. And oh my goodness, she had a whim for him, but then it left. I was waiting a little bit before I clicked on it, but it's gone. Okay, well, yeah, Will, hold on a second. I suppose I can let them out now. Can we, what am I doing? I unlocked for everyone, right? Will, you can leave, right? You should be able to. What's the queen doing? What? That is... You are not kissing your sibling. That was odd. That was so odd. I don't know what was happening over here. I don't know. But yeah, she's gonna give him the good news. And I'm sure he is absolutely delighted by this. But I am going to get him to move back to where she needs to be. Well, not her. I'm gonna get Will to move back to the royal den so that he can continue looking after Prince Alfred, and we will have Lord Roy moved out to join Benjamin and Jesse at the Royal Guard place, academy, school, whatever it is. He's gonna join them. I suppose I just call it the Royal Guard, but you know, he's gonna join them. And I consider the suitors, the match suitors, like mercenary members of the Royal Guard. But the true Royal Guard, they have to be born of the bloodline. So okay, I am going to get that sorted, and then when we come back, I definitely want to have a look at the werewolf abilities and some of these red icons that you guys have been curious about. So give me a second and we'll come back and explore that. Oh my goodness, did Twilight just throw Queen Julia off of her? I thought they were friends. What? Hold on a second. I thought you guys were friends. Okay, well, Twilight wasn't too happy. That is concerning and hilarious because she let Catherine ride her, I think. I don't think she threw Catherine off. Well, Julia, you're gonna have to try again. Because we want to go out for a ride, man. We want to go for a ride. Okay, can we ask for cooperation during mounting, please, bud? Please. You're in a good mood and everything. Come on. Okay, temperament has reached level 3. Come on, I have faith in you. Let us take you out for a ride. Alpha is finally not pregnant. Come on. Come on, let's go for a ride. Please, pretty please. But it is Monday afternoon, and I figured while Queen Julia was going for a ride with Twilight, we could take a look at those red icons that you guys have been curious about, and we can look at some of the werewolf abilities. Okay, excellent, excellent. Also this time around, I have to remember that when we finish with our ride, we have to bring Twilight or direct her back home, otherwise she's going to be wandering around Chestnut Ridge, and then her needs are going to go down, and she's going to be really mad at us, and for some reason is not going to be able to find her way back home without our guidance. So I will keep an eye on that. But let's take a look at the icons. So these red icons that we have on the needs panel over here, guys, it is like a combination, from my understanding, of the curses from the like spellcaster pack, right? Realm of Magic, yeah. So the curses the spellcasters have, and of the celebrity quirks from the celebrity system. It's a combination of those. So basically, when your Sims go through their first transformation or when the full moon comes, I don't know how frequently this changes, but they get temperaments. I think these are called temperaments. So they cause your Sims to have different tendencies towards the moon and such. I'll go ahead and read some of the ones we have because we actually have 3 different ones on our werewolves currently. So with Catherine, she has Night Wolf. Night wolves prefer sleeping during the day and gain fury when deviating from a nocturnal sleep cycle. So that means if she sleeps during the night, she's gonna start gaining fury. She has to sleep during the day. So there we go. That's her thing. With Queen Julia, she is wolf brain. These Sims have trouble with intellectual or logical pursuits when their wolf brain is constantly calling. That means our Queenie here is not thinking in the, she doesn't have a thinking cap on, basically. So she's going to struggle with the logic skill, anything that requires some, form of thought process. She is in a primal zone. So until that dies down, she is going to be a bit dumbed down, unfortunately. And then Lady Edith, I don't know who's calling her, we're going to ignore that. She has Hungry Like the Wolf. These Sims are more ravenous than they've ever been and gain fury while hungry. This Sim might also be subject to sometimes extreme and sudden cravings, so her hunger is going to go down a lot faster than everyone. This is concerning slightly because she's also pregnant. Pregnant Sims have their hunger go down a lot anyways, and now she's going to have even more hunger. And then, she'll gain fury while she's hungry. So the good thing is she has transformation mastery now, which means she should be able to transform back at will. Who is trying to contact you? Principal, I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait. And now we can dive into the ability points. So with the werewolf abilities, guys, I don't think we've checked out this panel just yet. Let's start off from, we'll start off from left to right, or right to left. We'll go right to left. So we have dormant abilities over here. Now these things, so you know how I mentioned the red icons? I feel as though if, we're going by the whole celebrity perks and spellcaster thing, I'm pretty sure you can have maybe 3 of these icons max at any one time. Because there's no other space on the panel, but usually you'll only have 1. But the red icons, they're kind of like negative impacts, negative effects of the curse or quirks that your werewolves have, and then the dormant abilities are the positive effects usually, and something that you earn through some sort of experience. So let's take a quick read of this. Dormant abilities are available at any tier and don't require spending ability points. Each is unlocked by completing the relevant objectives for that ability. So for example, with Transformation Mastery, transform into beast mode at will, which is what we wanted, and that's how, basically if 2 werewolves have this power, they'll be able to spar with each other without brawling, which means they'll fight with each other and they won't end up hating each other at the end of that because it'll be like a friendly brawl. They're not doing it in a, crazed rampage mode. They're doing it conscientiously. So we want our Sims to get this. Now the only way you can get this is by not freaking out any Sims when you have entered a transformation. So you're not going around scaring anyone, basically. You need to contain yourself and then you'll be fine. So right now we have 3 Sims who actually have this, Lord Jesse, and now we have Lady Edith and Prince Will. They have Transformation Mastery, which means among the 3 of them, they can fight without hating each other. And then some of these other abilities that I have not figured out how you... Actually, in the red, it shows, in the red. Unlocked by preventing a werewolf from scaring any Sims during a fury-induced rampage. Some of these other dormant abilities: Werewolf Diplomacy. Use diplomacy to win over werewolf allies. Successfully ask for werewolf sympathy on a non-werewolf sim. So, maybe our human offspring, our mongrels, are going to be useful somehow. Werewolf Menace. Enjoy scaring Sims and feel no guilt about it. Unlocked by running Ferocious Intimidation. Turn into werewolf or vicious howl on a Sim who is already frightened while below maximum fury. Werewolf mentorship. Actually, this will be something that the kennel keeper is going to have to get. So teach other werewolves with skill and grace. Lady Catherine, oh wait, I shouldn't be reading that. Unlock, otherwise will be here for ages. Unlocked by running practice, howling, share werewolf experiences, or pack mentor as a veteran werewolf on a good friend werewolf. Okay, interesting. That's gonna take some work. Lunar Epiphany, read the ancient werewolf writings. Unlocked by reading werewolf-related literature. Werewolf empathy, help pacify other werewolves. Unlocked by reaching Delta rank in a wolf pack. So I feel like this, see, we're not in one of those packs. Like, when you get the werewolf game pack, guys, the mini expansion, when you get that, you only get the option to join 2 packs in the game. And it's in the same panel as the club panel. So I'm assuming you have to be within that pack, and this is a rank that you get within the pack, because it's definitely not here. So we probably won't be able to get this pack. Who knows? I might have some other system where I'm able to like cheat this in if they reach certain requirements. We'll have a look. And then we have our actual abilities. So let's quickly just go through what these abilities are. Now there's, the 5 streams, and for my werewolves, because, the brawling / the fighting, the sparring, that is going to be such a huge part of werewolf culture, and the way roles are passed on, I'm going to get everyone to focus on this branch. We don't have a prerequisite for how many abilities or what abilities you need to have or what rank you have to be in order to fight, because like I said, we have a time crunch and a time limit. So basically, wherever everyone is at that time, or at that point, they're just going to have to fight somehow and, try to win. But we have a path we'll be trying to carve. So I want to focus on this second path here, because this has Alpha Wolf at the top, and this means you win most fights and challenges against other werewolves. So this is going to be, a useful kind of strength indicator. If we are doing those role things and those fights later on. So the power beneath that is hunting party, lead a group hunt. We have night vision, explore with enhanced eyesight. Hunter, learn to hunt for food. Wolf nap, sleep anywhere on the ground using the wolf nap ability. So once all of my wolves have gotten this, then I'll be happy, depending on their role, maybe or personality, to explore some of the other powers, but they're not the goal, I suppose. Yeah, they're not the main goal. The main goal is to get this alpha wolf, just so they can get strength and win most fights. So these other paths that we have personal grooming, somber howl, curse bearer. So hold on, I should probably read the little blue bit underneath it. Lick away the dirt. So that's going to get your hygiene up. Somber howl, learn a howl that reduces fury. Curse bearer, turn other sims into werewolves via a cursed bite. Probably won't mess around too much with that. Primal instincts, tap into your instincts for a quick confidence boost. Legacy of the Lycan, turn ability points into satisfaction points. So this can be taken multiple times, so that you can get like 250 satisfaction points every time you redeem it. And then we have Scavenger, dig up lost treasures and artifacts. Enhanced Smell, sniff out information and treasure. Pack Howl, howl to the pack to fulfill social needs. Tunneler, quickly travel around the world by digging tunnels. Lunar Howl, howl under the moonlight to transform temperaments. So this would be useful for those red icons that we talked about before. Territory marking, leave a mark in the world and relieve the bladder need. The will to resist, regain control while rampaging. Natural healing, recover from injuries more quickly. Lunar resistance, protect against the moon's harmful effects. Now for this injuries, I'm assuming that werewolves, you know how we saw those band-aids and like the bandages, the scratch marks and the paw marks on, who was it, Lord Roy after his fight with Will. I'm assuming that there's a moodlet that comes along with that, and if your werewolves enter a fight while that moodlet is, still ongoing, they're going to have a higher chance of losing a fight, I'm assuming, because, they're not up there, their strength isn't as good as it was, they haven't recovered from the previous fight, so this probably helps with that. Lunar resistance, protect against the moon's harmful effects. immortal wolf, live forever. So that is definitely something that a werewolf could have. Now I might be open to werewolves getting that if they manage to do the other stuff they need, like they manage to get alpha wolf, and they have enough points to work up towards that. I might be open to it. I don't know. Feels like a pretty rare thing to get, but it's there. It's a possibility. Then we have ferocity, intimidate other sims for fun and profit. Voracious hunger, devour objects to satisfy hunger. Lunar blessing, extend benefits from the lunar cycle. Vicious howl, let loose a terrifying howl. And then super speed, run at super speed. I could see that being quite useful actually. I suppose, I feel like lunar howl and super speed would be quite useful. So I could see myself, trying to go for those lines, like ability lines, rather than the immortal wolf, but I don't know, we'll see. And then finally we have the wolf ranks on the left. So we have pup, runt, prime, veteran, and apex. So we definitely want our wolves to try and, get higher and higher up this thing, especially for our kennel master, because she needs to be able to train the others. So for all the wolves we have now, I have gotten them the hunter and the wolf nap, and we're gonna have to try and get their abilities up more so we can continue over here. I'm gonna be saving the ability points so that we can use on this tree, and then I'll decide where else I want to take it. But that requires getting our skills improved, much improved. So okay, I think Queen Julia, she's been riding around for a bit. I'm gonna let her kind of finish this, and then she can take a break from all of that. But I think, guys, that is probably a good place for us to leave off this time around. Oh, and also, I don't know if I mentioned this, I might not have, but I did not forget the house party, in case you guys are wondering. I almost forgot, but then when I was moving the mails out, I remembered. So I did jump back in. We do have a house party for Thursday at 2 p.m. So that is when Edith should be going into labor. And Prince Will... No, you already have a role. Your role is to be the shepherd and look after the pack offspring. Thank you very much. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.